Hello there guys, and welcome back to Sean on Sports. I hope you're all well. So, it has been a very eventful week in sports, hasn't it? So, let's get started. There's only one place to start, and that is yesterday's Carabao Cup final between Manchester City and Chelsea. Blimey, what a boring Super Sunday it was, wasn't it? First of all, we had the bore fest that was Liverpool and Manchester United, and then after that it was the final at Wembley between Chelsea and Man City. Now yes, it was a very boring game, wasn't it, until I believe it was the 28th minute of extra time when Kepa, the Chelsea goalkeeper, I'm sure you've all seen it by now, but Sarri wanted to substitute him because he thought he was injured. Anyway, Kepa refused to get subbed off. He refused, waving his arms around like he's directing a Boeing 747. Sarri absolutely lost his shit on the touchline. He stormed off. Something I've never seen in football before, and quite frankly I don't want to see again. It was a bit embarrassing really, but in the end Kepa got his way, and well really he definitely should have saved that Aguero penalty, didn't he? In the shootout up for I believe he saved another one, didn't he, but I forget who it was. Bad research, Sean. But anyway, that Aguero penalty he definitely should have saved. It went right under his body. Now I done a poll on my Twitter at Sean on Sports 95, go and follow it, and I asked two questions. The first question was will Kepa play a game for Chelsea again? And go and check out the results. It was 60% no and 40% yes. And the other poll I asked on my Twitter was will Sarri be in charge come May? And that was 75% thought he had, 25% thought he won't. So let me know what you think. As I said, go on my Twitter at Sean on Sports 95 and vote in the poll, and let me know in the comments as well what you think will happen at Chelsea. Elsewhere in This Week on Sports, well, my Chris Eubank Jr. and James Segale predictions went dark a lead balloon, didn't it? I was right though. It was a unanimous decision win, but surprisingly for some, definitely for me, it was Chris Eubank Jr. that won the fight. Now it wasn't one I would want to watch again, put it that way. It was quite untidy at times, but Eubank Jr. has proved a lot of people wrong there, me included. I thought James Segale would outbox him, run rings around him really, but that wasn't the case, and if anything, Segale got outboxed himself. For me, I saw this coming when the fight started, definitely in the second round, where I think he got hit with a left hook, Segale, and he went sinking into the ropes, and the referee gave a standing count because effectively he would have hit the canvas. But I think he's had it now, as Nazim Hamid said. He should pack it in. He should absolutely pack it in, Segale now. He's got nothing left to prove. He was the first British boxer in history to become Olympic gold medalist and win a world title in the professionals. That since has been accomplished also by Anthony Joshua, as we know. And yeah, he's achieved everything. He won the ABAs and the amateurs, British, European, Commonwealth champion, world champion, and an Olympic gold medalist. So he's got nothing else to prove now, Segale. I believe he's earned a lot of money also, so yeah, I think he should pack it in now for his health. Also, as I said, Manchester United and Liverpool played yesterday. That happened, that was 0-0. Not a lot to report from that. Also this weekend we had the rugby. England lost to Wales in Cardiff. Now don't get me wrong, I like rugby, but I'm not an aficionado on it. I don't follow it religiously. I watch it now and again. I watch the Autumn Internationals, and I watch Six Nations and the Rugby World Cup, so I'm not a religious Premiership rugby watcher. But yes, even I could see that the referee was a bit out of order in that game. It's blown the Six Nations up, hasn't it? Because England's lost now. Wales are undefeated so far, but Ireland's lost as well. So I think it's between them three, and I think it probably will be decided now when Ireland play Wales. Also this week, going back to the football, Saturday's game, lunchtime match, Tottenham against Burnley. As I do most weeks, I put a £5 football accumulator down. Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't, but this week, bloody Burnley ruined it in the lunchtime kick-off. I was quite confident as well when I see Harry Kane was back fit. And as we know, subsequently he went on to score. But how bad was Tottenham in that match? Son and Eriksson was non-existent. Their defending was very, very terrible, especially defending from corners. Obviously, Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, they're normally pretty solid at set pieces, but this game they was absolutely useless. Is that the end of Spurs' title challenge? I think so. I think it's a two-horse race now between Liverpool and Manchester City, although that's only 1 point now, isn't it? So potentially Man City will start running away with it now. As far as the Champions League goes for Tottenham, they're in a great position, aren't they? They beat Borussia Dortmund 3-0 at Wembley last week, so you would have thought that they would get into the next round. And for me, so yes, I actually think Tottenham will do the best out of the English clubs left in the Champions League. They beat Borussia Dortmund 3-0 at Wembley a couple of weeks ago, last week, whenever it was, and they should get through that tie and potentially get a easier draw in the next round. So I think they'll do the best out of the English clubs in the Champions League, particularly now if they are out of the title race. They've got nothing to lose, have they? They're secure for Champions League football next year, so they may as well put all their eggs in one basket now. Right, so we're now at the end of the video. This has been a week on sports. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Sean on Sports, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, at Sean on Sports 95. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall see you next time.